Hey guys, and welcome back to the Football Manager 2012 Level 9 Challenge with Cone FC. It's me, Toasted Fresh, and I'm back for yet another season of football. And this time we're now up to the Level 8 of English football after we gained promotion from the county's Premier level. We're now in the regional Division 1 level, and I'm just going to give you a quick view of what I've done for the pre-season, how our results went, and then what I've made changes to the club, what kind of things I've done, and things like that. Because I've made a few changes to the staff, and I've brought a few players in. It's not like a whole team like the last season. It was pretty much a whole team because the entire team was greyed out. So I just brought in a full team. This time it's been like a handful of players, and end of last season I brought in quite a few young players who were on. We basically had agreements for the end of the season. I think it was June. A lot of them came in, so it was kind of pre-contract agreement kind of thing. But I'll just go over the changes I've made, and then we'll have a view of what's actually happened. So first of all, I've kind of overhauled the staff quite a lot. The ones that have been retained are Grantley Dix, which is Julian Dix's brother. He's been kept on as the assistant manager because he wasn't too bad, to be honest. And we've kept Nathan Munson as a coach because, again, his stats weren't brilliant, and I didn't want to get rid of everybody. Basically, it's mostly, I think, I've gotten rid of the regenerated coaches. We had a couple of computer generated coaches. I think there might have been one lesser known coach that I got rid of, but I can't really remember his name. And I've just brought a few people in. I got rid of the fitness coach who was computer generated. I got rid of him with like a month left on his contract. We just mutually terminated him. A lot of times though, as well, weirdly enough, they decide that they don't want to re-sign for you as well. But instead of that, I've just kept him as a normal coach, but I've got him down as one of his things is doing fitness, and that's Chris Cornelly. And he's got good at fitness, he's got good attacking skills as well, and his other stats are pretty good as well. He's not the most remarkable of players. He played in Ashton United for Lee, and then finally he managed to get a little bit of a big break, and he joined the Bucks at Lincoln before being released at the end of that season. He then went on loan to Spalding in that time on his last season, and then he went back to Ashton and at Radcliffe and Ossett Albion before dropping out of football. And he's only 36, so he's a youngest type coach. He's from Huddersfield, so kind of a northern guy that came in. And one of the first people. Oh, I kept hold of Lise Hebden because really I can't get anyone much better. The Soccer FM worker couldn't get anyone much better on physiotherapy. All the rest of the stats aren't really good, so maybe I'll try and bring someone in next season for that. And we've still got Barry March as our only scout. I haven't brought anyone else in because they're all, again, can only bring in computer generated, so I haven't really looked closely into bringing anyone in. But I got rid of the goalkeeping coach as well. That was a guy, actually, I forgot his name. He was the actual guy who was a real coach. He'd actually played somewhere. But I got rid of him and I got in Paul Muzzlewhite, who is a vastly experienced keeper, and I got him in as player goalkeeping coach. But unluckily, he got himself some fractured ribs, and he was only going to be backup keeper, but he wasn't as keen to join if he wasn't going to be player coach. So I kind of had to lure him in with that. But he's greatly experienced. He's got a lot of little medals to his career and things like that. Like he's had an amazing something like 6 playoffs he's been involved in, and he's had numerous promotions with all different clubs. So a really experienced keeper. Like he started out at Portsmouth, didn't really make his mark there, but he moved to Scunthorpe, and while he was at Scunthorpe, he was involved in 3 playoff semi-finals, and that was at League Two level, and 1 playoff final. Unluckily, didn't make the grade there, He then went on to move. I think it was for more than 20k. What it says there, I think he moved for like 100,000 or something. He moved to Port Vale, where he had another unlucky season. It was a playoff final where they lost, and then the next season, I think they won it. They came runners up, and they got promoted to what is now the Championship. And he also won the Football League trophy, so what's now the Johnson's Paint Trophy. He won that equivalent with them, and didn't really do anything at Sheffield Wednesday. But again, he got another promotion at Hull. They won the League Two playoffs, which it was the old Division 3 then, to get promoted before he left. But as they got promoted, he then moved down back into the bottom league with Scunthorpe, and well, they got to a semi-final, I think, in his first season there, and then they went up. Then he went back to Scunthorpe. He got promotion as runners-up there, and spent a season in League Two. And he also won the the Blue Square North there. They won the playoffs for him to get promoted yet again. And I nabbed him off York City, where in real life he got a promotion as well from the Black Square Premier, mostly on the bench, but he was a coach slash player then, and that's where I took him from. They allowed me to take him on a free, so I signed him as a goalkeeping coach because he's got a pretty impressive 19 on goalkeeping coaching. Some of the other stats aren't brilliant, but that's the main thing that obviously you want your goalkeeping coach for, and that's all I really need him for. I then brought in Darren Moore, another really experienced player, defender. He was centre back, I think, and he played for a lot of clubs and gained a lot of promotions. Started out at Torquay and Doncaster, and he got a promotion to the Premiership with Bradford, finishing runners-up. He then got a promotion as runner-up as well with West Brom. Or two, I didn't know he got two. I knew he got one. And then he also got promotion with Derby when they won the playoffs. So I went to play there, and he played at Barnsley and then Burton in the league, and has a hell of a lot of league games under his belt there. 590 league games altogether, and a really good player as well in his day. And I got him because he's got great defending stats and things like that, so he's sort of my defensive coach, really. And then I brought in another vast experienced player in Gavin Marn, who again has got a few promotions under his belt. He got in his first promotion in his first season when he moved to Brentford, which was the old Division 3, and he moved up to the old Division 2 with Brentford, and then he moved to Watford, spent quite a long time there, and then when he finally became captain there for a season, taking over from Burnley's manager Sean Dyche, he got promotion with Watford to the Premier League when they won. I think it was the playoffs. I think they won to get up, and so there we've got a lot of players now with promotions and all kind of things like that on the coaching staff. So that was my coaching additions. My players, I'll just show you. I brought in, these were all, they came in June, the pre-contract agreements. They're all just like young players, like Ryan McKenzie. He actually played a few games pre-season. He's one of the closest to breaking into the squad, and he's from a team down in Leicester, because Leicester seems to be the place where all the regens of good quality came from. It changes every game you play when you start up a new one. One of my seasons are all from a Rochdale club in the league below, directly below me. But I got him, and another one is Jody Joyce. He scored a goal in pre-season and forced an own goal as well when he had a little appearance as a left winger. But they're all young players who may or may not pop up. But like I said, Jody Joyce and Ryan McKenzie are the two that are going to maybe feature this season. And there's Paul Musselwhite. And then I also brought in a veteran centre mid Brian Hughes just had some experience on the pitch. Again, a player who's played for various clubs and is a winner as well. He got to the quarter-final of the FA Cup with Wrexham, gained promotion to the Premier League with Birmingham, and also gained promotion to the Premier League with Hull as well. And he's played for various other league teams. And again, he's notched up 465 league games. So a really experienced player. He's got some great stats there, passing. He's a great penalty taker, great first touch. It's just obviously with his age of 36, he's a little bit slow, but in the middle of the pitch, sorry about that, it doesn't really matter as much that he's not got the pace. The pace is really for the wings. And another player I brought in, just to add to the northern field, I brought in Liam Richardson, who's been a long time feature at local club Accrington Stanley, which isn't too far from me either. And again, he's got some pretty solid stats. He's 32 now, so he's getting on. But again, it's going to add some experience and quality experience to the defence, which is quite young. So that'll be a good one. Because all our left backs, Sean Pike and Matt Lomas, are both in their early 20s or just turned 20. So we've got now a 32-year-old, and he can play left or right. And I think at a pinch, he can play right midfield as well. So he's a little bit versatile as well. And he's had his own share of success as well. Because he joined Bolton and played a few games for them. Was part of the squad that got promotion to the Premier League before he moved on. And he played for Blackpool. He was part of the team there, played a few games when they won the Football League trophy as well. And on his first season joining Accrington, they got promotion from the Conference Premier. So again, he's got a bit of experience of success himself as well. So that was another big load of experience coming in, because he's played about 258 league games himself. So, and it'll probably last for a few seasons. And then also, just to bring up the numbers I was looking for, and I've just started spending a little bit of that money that we pinched as well. So he's on 1.3 thousand a week, which is quite expensive for this league, and he's on 1.2 thousand a week. But I just wanted to bring in a little bit of quality, and then I brought in this guy, Peggy Lacando, who is a right winger, and he's on £1,000 a week as well. He's a former Arsenal youth. He moved to Southend and Dagenham before falling into the non-league, and I signed him on a free from Waltham Forest. And I think I've signed him before, and his stats are okay, but he's a little bit inconsistent, so we'll just have to see how he goes. And he's going to be fighting amongst the places with Dominic Morella there, because Hughes is going to be in the middle, he's going to be right, left back, so he isn't really fighting with those two, so it's them. And then last but not least, I brought in Paddy Mullen to be the backup winger on that side, and he's just on £55 a week. As a youth player, he's only 19, and he'd just been released this season by Doncaster, so I managed to pick him up. I didn't manage to make any other little bargain signings from released youth players, because not a lot of them wanted to come last time. I did make some from Preston and the likes, but there's not really been anyone good enough apart from Paddy Mullen to come in. And it has said that he's pretty good. It said that eventually he will be better than Dominic Morella, so I'm glad I've signed him, because the other wingers I finally let go. Some of the other players to go, I don't know if I showed from last season. That was the one that I got for the money. I just brought him in basically just to get rid of him straight away. Jack Jeffrey just went out on loan at the end of the season. I got rid of Danny Cecil to Parkgate on a free, because he was getting on and he didn't really have a future at the club, as you can see his stats. He wasn't getting a look in, so I got rid of him. And Gregory Hartley was whinging about not getting game time, but he was pretty inconsistent when he did get played, so I let him go for £1,000 to Farnborough, and I don't know how he's doing now, because he hasn't played yet this season, but we let him go with a buyout clause for just £1,000. And this season, nobody's gone permanently yet. I think there's someone just about to go. David Duke is on his way to go in, but we've sent Tom Frazier, the 32-year-old left winger. We've sent him out on loan to Garsborough because he wasn't getting game time. Jack Jeffrey again, he's gone on loan to Squires Gate. A young reserve centre back has gone to Clitheroe because they got relegated last season. They're in this league I'm in now. Dominic Bates, another centre back who wasn't getting a game, has gone out. And Taser Hassan, he did get game time and he's not bad. And he was getting game time pre-season, and I don't know if it just because it wasn't league games, but he still wasn't happy and was still wanting to go despite being played. So I let him go out on loan now that I've got Paddy Mullen in. And another player who's telling me to get rid of, but I won't be able to get rid of him, is Stephen Connor, because he's suffered a fractured skull when I did bring him on as a substitute in the last pre-season game. So unlucky for him, he's just going to be out on the sidelines for 3 to 4 months, I think. So he'll probably go in January sometime. But that's about it, really. We have got some people going, like David Duke. He's going to some clubs on a free. People keep wanting to loan Ed Williams, but he's in my squad, and that was a player I tried to sign, but he didn't want to come. Mohamed Sila or Salah from Carlisle on a free, but he doesn't want to come. So, sorry about that. No, it's just I've got a blocked nose. I had a blocked nose for a while now. It's why I took a little bit of a break from doing videos because of that, but it's not clearing up, so I'll have to do a video. I won't end up doing one. Brian Hughes is in the squad as our experienced player. He's broken. Stephen Sterling's playing. Liam Richardson's on, even though Park did have a brilliant game. And they have been whinging for new contracts, but a lot of them, they want a lot of money this year. So I've had to be tough on them and give them the old you shouldn't go around demanding a contract, you should wait until I give you one thing, which usually makes them back down, funnily enough. It's surprising. Usually they'll say, okay, I'll drop it. There's only one player who hasn't, and that's, I think it was Gordon Patton, the striker. He didn't take too kindly to that, and he won't enter contract negotiations. I only wanted to look just out of curiosity, but really I can't afford to give everybody contracts, so well, I can, but I'm trying to save my money, so I can't really squander it by giving them all new contracts when they're already under contract for a long time. And I know they're playing for peanuts, but I can't really afford to at the minute. And if I could, and I knew that, we'd still earn loads of money, I would do. But we're not going to earn fantastic amounts of money, so yeah, we're playing Marine, which we've already played Marine. In fact, I didn't show you the pre-season results, but I'll just give you a quick recap of the match. So before we do the match, I know time's running on now, but I'll just show you quickly the fixtures. Pre-season was a perfect, really, pre-season run-out. We played Northern Premier, which is one league above us, Chester, and we beat them 1-0, which is the best team we played pre-season. We then played fellow, the same league we're in, Evo Stick First Division North. We beat them 3-1. We then beat Worksop 3-1, who I think they're in the same level as us, but a different league. And then we played Wakefield, who are in the same league as us, beat them 5-0. And then we played Chorley, who are in the Premier, one level above us, and we absolutely spanked them 7-1 with Morella, Fergus Bell, Jordan Moore Taylor got an own goal, William Bolin got on there, Nathan Green got an own goal as well, Gordon Patton, and then Geordie Joyce, the young 16-year-old, got a goal, which is a great little story But we're going to go ahead now and play the first game and see if it ends up as good as the pre-season game. As like I said, we beat these guys 3-1 the last time we played them. This time it's away from home. So, you never know. Maybe the attacking formation we're gone with. Oof. Mark Bader's on the bum. But I thought then, they're not vastly better than us. In fact, they probably aren't better than us at all. Because again, even at this level, the players that we've got in now are superior. It'll only be when we get to the Northern Premier maybe that teams start getting a little bit more evenly matched to what we are. I mean, you can still have shot results. I mean, I did lose 2 games in the last season, so, you're doing really well to go a whole season without getting beaten, no matter how good your team is. You're always going to have the kind of off days. Well, they were a bit unlucky then that they didn't try and test the keeper, but we haven't really been on the ball today. We've finally got on the ball now. Liam Richardson with a little bit of a long ball. David Lee gets it, but takes his time to put the cross in and invited them to put it out for a corner. But you never know, could score from the corner. Morella gets it. They're messing about, and he has crossed it in eventually. Brian Hughes, and Brian Hughes scores the big signing. The veteran centre midfielder puts it away for us, and that's a great start. And like they said, not a bad way to introduce yourself to the little Colne faithful that have maybe travelled to Merseyside, because I think that's where Marine is. I think it's in Merseyside, somewhere on the coast near to the docks. I don't know if it's actually in Liverpool or not, or if it's one of the surrounding towns. And Brian Hughes has got the ball again here from the corner. He's keeping hold of it well, as you'd expect from an experienced player, and he battles them when he got it robbed off him to bring it back. Steve Sterling, he's been one of the ones asking for a new contract. Maybe if he plays well, I might give him one, but he's asking for £2,500 a week. So at the very least, I might be paying him £2,000 a week. So I don't really want to give him one yet. And he seems to have backed down for the moment. But they do proceed to ask again later on in the season. I think, and a cheeky chip didn't quite work out for Lee. And Hughes has as well, and Fergus Bell. All the strikers have asked for new contracts. Most of the other players. So far, the only players that I've given contracts to are... Oh no, and they let Harvey through. What an easy goal. That was a poor bit of defending from our squad though. The only ones that I've given contracts to are Ed Williams, and he's on £250 a week now from his £8 a week or whatever he was on, or a tenner a week. And Sean Park is on, I think he's on £500 a week now, up from his £30 a week contract. Because I thought, well, I can't keep refusing everybody contracts, because again I'm going to get more and more people who aren't going to buy. I'll keep him on for now. Who aren't going to buy the line of they'll have to wait, and we don't want too much disharmony within the squad. And they weren't asking for outrageously high wages. I mean, 500 probably is pretty good for the level that they're playing at, but and David Lee teased us a little bit there, but he did put it in the back of the net eventually. But a little bit of a surprising one, seeing as Mark Hughes is on fire and he scored about 5 goals. I think 5 or 6 goals pre-season. But he was the one obviously assisting there. He put the ball in, and a great cross from him. So, but he shows he's got that side to his game as well. And he's still the most consistent player. And he picked up the North East Counties Premier. And a good save there from Bateman. Didn't get caught out by that wonder shot. And Stephen Sterling there. I thought maybe they'll get that as well. And some more good defending there. Stop the cross going in. Hopefully we can get to half time and we don't get a goal conceded, but they are getting the and he hit the post, but they're pushing. We may have to put it maybe to countering, but we need to try and keep hold of this ball a little bit better than what we are doing. Oh, no closing down there of Harvey at all. And I've got to make sure that they are marking these guys, because they're just letting him do what he wants, really. It's meant to be tight marking. I'm meant to be watching what that striker's doing, and they're just letting him through again, and he scored again! Ugh! Poor central defending, and there's going to be changes to the central defensive partnerships if they don't wise up and start looking alive there. He just went forward towards the ball. He should be marking him. Poor defending. So it's 2-2, and it's a bit disappointing, really, for the defenders wise. Yeah, come on. Everyone else is doing too bad. I mean, an average job from midfield. The strikers are doing not too bad. They're getting in the positions, and they both created a goal between themselves. But it's not good if the defenders are going to just let them waltz in whenever they feel like it and score goals. So. Oh, and Flanagan with a bullet header, and what a way to make amends. At least he's done something right on that end of the pitch. And he did score 7 goals last season from the centre-back position. So those goals may prove invaluable, because it'd be great to get a win under our belt in this new league, and especially away from home. I mean, I don't know how Marina tipped in the league. I'm going to have a look at what the expectations are for these teams. And I don't know how we're tipped. I think we're probably going to be tipped about mid-table, say. We had a good season, but we're new to the league. And they don't really seem to go off your squads. Mark Cusa's going to get this. He's going to go for... It was a cross-come shot, I think. He half went for the shot, and the half maybe went to put it onto one of those runners. But let's just see how the players are faring. Let's see how Richardson's doing. And he's not really doing too well, so we'll go ahead and put Sean Park on now, because we can't have people that are not 100% in the defence. And like there, he's just lost out on that tackle, that may be due to the knock. And I'm hoping he's not injured, because that would be a bit of a blow to lose one of our experienced players already this season. And Ed Williams there kind of lost it. Oh my, how unlucky is that? And Harvey has almost got himself a hat-trick then. But it counts as an own goal against Bateman. But this isn't good. I suppose I should really put it to... Let's get it on. Hassle these opponents. We can't let them just keep doing what they want. But I suppose it's been a good game for the neutrals. We've had 3 goals, but the poor goals conceded by us, really. And he went for the shot himself. A bit selfish there, as soon as he was on the angle. Farrow. It should be a foul, and it is a penalty. And I may put it to counter-attacking after this. And we'll try and keep hold of the win. Who's taking it? It's Stephen Sterling to take the penalty. And he's put it in. The keeper guessed the right way, but he's put enough behind it to put it in the bottom corner. And it's a 7-goal thriller, this game. And hopefully now we can hang on to this, because I don't really want a draw now after we've put 4 goals in the net. The defenders will definitely have to wise up at this level. It's not going to be as easy as defending against the teams that we did in the last league. But we're pressing on here. Oh, and it's another goal. And it's David Lee again with his second goal. And he's propped up again there, just a header a ball into the back of the net, and maybe things will be a bit more secure for us there. But Sterling passing it to Morella again. Morella puts it in. And Flanagan was right behind him there, going for another header as well. And we'll go ahead and bring another new face on, I think. Let's just see how everyone's looking. Ryan Hughes is a little bit tired. He's played well though, so it'd be maybe a shame to sub him. And Mark Hughes has played good, even though he hasn't got a goal. He's been a great support to his teammates. But I think I'll go ahead and we'll put Patrick Vaz on in the centre. Give him a bit of game time. But I think we're going to go ahead and win this match out. And that was a really poor throw-in. Just gave it straight back to them. And I think we better go ahead and look at see who they brought on though, because they will have brought players on now. So go ahead and mark him. And I bet they haven't took Harvey off. Yeah, I'm going to say I bet they haven't took him off. Right, we'll go and leave it at that. But it will be a win, and 3 points is 3 points. I can't see us on a little bit of a worrying header there, but nicely back to the keeper. Oh, and he got in there well though. Did I think it was Sterling to disrupt that. And Williams with a brilliant tackle there, picked his pocket, and now we're on a bit of a counter attack. Vaz gets it. Oh, just couldn't hold it up then. Hughes. The goal scoring has been a positive for us. It's just those 3 goals that we've conceded that have been the real sticking point and the only thing for us to be concerned about. And again, they've just let their players right through. And I'm going to have to criticise the central defenders because they've not really done a great job. And I might have to maybe look at it, maybe bringing in a little bit of quality into the centre back role, but it's been hard to pick up players. Or maybe we've got plenty though that can step in. We've got young players, so maybe give some of these young prospects that I've got a chance if these keep failing to deliver. I'll give them this chance though, seeing as that they played well last season and gained us promotion. I'm trying to give a lot of the team a chance to play in this league as well. So I only brought in a handful of players. I honestly didn't think that I'd really need too many additions just yet. And that was a foul by Barnes, but it should see us out there. We're now on 4 minutes, so we've won by 1 goal, but really disappointing that we'll let 4 goals in. That's the most we've let in a long time. And maybe they were still a bit on pre-season mode there in defence. But we've won, and a win's a win. So we picked up 3 points away from home. But we're going to have a little look at the defence there. And they're looking fired up. But I have to tell them that Adam Dugan, he is a bit suspect though, is Adam Dugan. He does seem to have bad games. Flanagan had a brilliant game in the second half, so it's just him letting me down. So if he continues to do that, he's going to be the one who's going to have to make way for everybody else. Sean Pat didn't have a brilliant game though coming on. So I suppose we're going to have to see, and if it comes to January and we need to make changes and things like that, that is what we're going to do. But we've ended this season, this game should I say, and started off the season with a win, which is still a positive in the end, even though we made it hard for ourselves. But I'm going to come back at the end of the month and we'll see how the first month's gone on. But really that's all I've got time for. Thanks for sticking with this for the second season if you are, and welcome if you're not. But I'll see you next time on the very next video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.